All right, guys, today we're going to be doing an experiment of growing plants from seeds. In particular, you are going to be working with bean plants. So, the first thing you're going to need is the star of the show is beans. So here I just put out a few different types of beans so that you guys can see that it doesn't matter what type of beans, as long as you have them in the house, you can use them. So here I have some pinto beans, some kidney beans, some lima beans, and some black beans. You will also need a bowl of water here. You're also going to need a permanent marker, some tape, and 2 Ziploc bags. Okay. All right. For the first experiment, the question that I want to try to solve is which will grow faster? Will my bean grow faster inside or outside? So the beans that I chose to do for this experiment are the lima beans. The reason why I chose those are because they're the biggest beans and they're very intriguing to me. So I have 2 lima beans here. And on my baggie, I have the date that I'm going to start my plant growing. I have the type of bean, and I also labeled it outside. So this baggie, I'm going to put the lima bean in, and I'll tape it on the outside of the window. And this baggie has the same thing, the date, the name of the bean, and I'm going to tape this one to the inside of the window. And I forgot to say, you also need some napkins. So I have a napkin here. You can use a paper towel. If you have a paper towel, you're just going to fold it. And I'm going to dip it. Let me scoot my camera back. I'm going to dip it into the bowl of water. And I do not want it to be soaking wet like this. I don't want it to be dripping wet. So I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm just going to squeeze out the extra water just like that. I don't want it all to be out, but I don't want it just dripping wet. I don't want the bottom of the bag to just be soaking wet. So I'm going to take the napkin, the wet napkin, and I'm going to put it inside of the bag at the bottom. And then I'm going to place the lima bean with the shoot here in the middle. I'm going to face that downward because that's where the plant will sprout from. So I'm going to just press it on there, get it wet, and I'm opening it back up. So now you can see that there's water all over the bean now. I'm just pressing it. You can dip it actually in the bowl first. I just forgot that step. Then I'm going to get some of the air out of the bag. And that's it. So this one I'm going to tape to my window on the inside of the house. Then I'm going to repeat that same step with the next bag. So I'm going to dip it in, fold it, it's dripping, and just release some of that extra water. And I'm going to put it inside of the bag. With the shoot part there facing down. And I forgot to show you, you guys can just dip your bean in there to get it wet and face it down. Let some of that air out. Whoops. Make sure that it's on the napkin or paper towel. All right. And you guys probably remember this from 2nd grade, but the difference that we're going to do is we have 2, and we're going to do an investigation about which one will grow the fastest, inside or outside. All right, so that's one way you could do it. Another way you can do this experiment will be with the same material. So you're going to have two Ziploc bags, beans, water bowl, everything. But this time, you may want to choose to answer this question. Which type of bean will grow faster? So here I have two baggies and I already did this. It's the same concept, the same process. So with this one, I put a pinto bean in here with a wet napkin. And in this bag, I have a kidney bean with a wet napkin. And both of their shoots are facing down. And I'm going to take both of these to the inside. But make sure when you tape them to the inside, the bean is facing outside. You want it to where the sun is directly hitting the bean and not the back of the napkin, okay? And you're going to do the same thing if you chose to do it with the same type. So if you put it outside, it's going to be facing, the bean will be facing outside. And if you tape it inside, you want the bean to be facing the outside as well. All right, so happy planting. I can't wait for you to see how long it's going to take to grow into a plant, and you will keep up with your journal. So happy planting.